Good morning, sir.
या सो इतने बुझे बुझे गुड मॉर्निंग सर ऐसे क्यों बोलते हो यार? थोड़ा बोलो एनर्जी के साथ में। अभी उठे हो सुबह, तुम शायद एक्सरसाइज करके आए होंगे, नहीं? यू शुड बी एनर्जेटिक। एनीवेज आई विल टेक द अटेंडेंस। गौरव अग्रवाल, गौतम गोधरा, हेमंत कुमार, खुशी शेखावत, प्रकाश चौधरी, पुष्पेंद्र पाल, राहुल जेवरिया, राकेश रायका, रवि रमन, रोहन मोदी, संदीप सिंह, सौर्य दीक्षित, सौम्यदीप साहा, Soumyadeepa Saha.
Present, sir.
Welcome back. And Tirthak.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Fine.
sir.
So today we have to, go for another session for the revision part. Okay. So we'll start instantly now. So guys, are you enjoying the class or not? Come on.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Any problem if you are facing, please tell me.
No, sir.
Fine. So we will be having quiz on Friday, na? At 1:15 to 2 we will be having
Yes,
the quiz.
sir.
Okay, so for the quiz only, I'm just preparing you so that you can do better over there. Fine. So hope you have received my question bank of 820 questions. How many of you have opened it? I doubt. How many of you have opened that quiz?
Me.
Yes, come on.
Yes, sir.
What? Yes, sir. Opened or not?
I checked it, sir.
You have checked it. So what you found?
So MCQs.
Hmm?
MCQs.
MCQs. How many?
Didn't go, sir, to the end.
Provided.
No, sir, I didn't go to the end.
Sorry?
I didn't go to the end of it.
You didn't went to the end of that. Should have.
No,
Then
sir.
what you have seen then?
The first
Huh?
page. 50 questions.
Okay. So today we will start with the contingent contract. The rest of the revision we will do. Okay. So what do you mean by contingent contract, anyone? What is contingent contract? Yes, any one of you? Come on. What do you mean by contingent? What is contingent? Yes, lecturer.
Sir, it is an
Okay, Khushi Shekhawat, you tell.
it is an agreement.
Hmm.
Contingent contracts usually occur when negotiating parties fail to reach an agreement.
Negotiating parties
Fail to reach an agreement
okay.
because
So
of
what type of
certain
agreement?
reasons or conditions.
They fail to reach the agreement. That is
Yes,
called
sir. Because of certain reasons or terms and conditions.
Anyone else in the class? Khushi, you are wrong. First of all, let me tell you this.
Okay,
Anyone
sir.
else?
So, like a contract to do or not to do something, like which states like what we have specifies what we have to do and what we don't have to do, and like what if something happens which is not according to the contract, and then what would be the consequence?
You are partially correct, Shaurya. So without wasting time, let me just take you over there. Okay. So contingent contract are those contracts which are dependent on the happening of certain events. Okay, so that's what is contingent contract. So as per section 31, the contingent contract is a contract to do or not to do something if some event collateral happens. Okay, so I have given you the example like the contract of insurance, contract of indemnity. These are the contracts. These are the contingent contracts, right? So there is a happening of certain event, then only these contracts will be applicable, not else. Getting or not getting? So these contracts will be applicable only when on happening on. And what is the event? What event should happen? What event should happen? Suppose, for example, there is a contract of insurance and you have paid the premium. What is the event that should happen? Come on. The event that should happen is the thing for which the contract, this insurance has been received. Okay or not okay? So that is the event which should happen. Okay, and if some mishap happens, then the insurance company will pay you the amount. Okay, fine. So there were certain rules regarding the contingent contract which we have studied. Okay, so it is on the happening of certain event and which should be enforceable by law and all that. Okay, so these are the things. Okay, and it should the contract contingent upon non-happening of an uncertain event, future event can be enforced when the happening of that event becomes impossible. It cannot be enforced afterwards. Okay, then if the contract is contingent upon how a person will act in a specified time, the event shall be considered to become impossible when such person does anything which renders it impossible that he should so act within the defined time, or otherwise then other person. For example, this the contract of marriage. Okay, A agrees to pay 1,000 to B if B marries C. So C marries D. Now he has actually made it impossible for him to marry C until unless D dies or something else happens to D, or he gets divorced with D. Okay, so these type of things. So contract contingent on happening of event which is fixed in time is void if at the expiration of that time such event has not happened. Okay, A promised to pay B a sum of money if a certain ship returns within a year. So contract may be enforced if the ship returns within a year and becomes void if the ship is burnt or is sunk or whatever. Okay, so likewise. So the contract contingent upon non-happening of an event. So it was happening of an event. So there can be non-happening of an event. For example, A promises to pay B a sum if the ship does not returns. Okay. So that is one. And contingent agreement to do or not to do something if an impossible event happens. For example, A agrees to pay 1,000 to B if two straight lines would meet sometime. Okay, so it is not possible. Okay, so these are called contingent contracts. So there are certain relations which resemble to the contract, or you can say quasi contract. So what are quasi contract? Quasi contracts are the contracts which actually in which there is no intention of the parties to enter into a contract. So these are the special type of contract where there is no offer, no acceptance, no capacity consideration, and free consent is also not there. Okay, so these are the essentials of the contract, but there is no consensus ad litem, no acceptance, nothing is there. Such cases, the contract are in strict sense, but the court recognizes them as a relation resembling those contract and enforces them as if they are contracts, and hence the term quasi means resembling a contract. These are the contract which are not actually contract, but these are actually resembling the contract, and that's why it is they are so called. Okay. So, what is the nature of quasi contract? Rests on the equitable principle that a person shall not be allowed to enrich himself. So, there is a principle of unjust enrichment. So, the principle of unjust enrichment does not applies over here, and in such a case, this contract actually becomes quasi in nature. Okay. he is not allowed to enrich himself. For example, a finder of the lost goods is there. Okay, it will be the duty to just bind by that contract, and necessity supplied to some incapable person. So you have supplied the necessity. So impliedly, or you can say by the quasi contract, you came into you are in the contract with the other person, and he is legally bound to give you back all those expenses which you have incurred at the time when the necessity was provided. Suit for money and received in section 17 and 72. Obligation of finder of lost goods are there. If you have found any lost goods, if you found some purse lying on the floor, then it will be your duty to find the persons of the lost good, and you will be able to recover the amount which you have incurred in order to find that person whose goods were there. So obligation of a person enjoying the benefit of non-gratuitous act, sometimes non-gratuitous act are being enjoyed. So a person who is having a benefit of having the non-gratuitous act, so that is again an obligation which is created under the quasi contract. Similarly, liability of money paid or anything delivered by mistake or by coercion, again it is a duty to make the things good. Okay, so these are further explained in detail. Okay, we have already discussed this in detail itself. Next is a discharge and termination of contract. So what is a discharge of contract? When both the parties have actually they are discharged, or they have extinguished their obligation arising out of the contract. It's called discharge. The first discharge is by performance. This is the most important discharge, and the thing in which there is no dispute. Both the parties, if they perform their part of contract, then it will be called discharge of contract. Secondly, by mutual consent. So by mutual consent, if the party may alter the contract, if they may alter the terms and conditions, they may come into novation, new terms, new contract has come into place. They have gone for rescission of contract. Both the parties have actually decided not to just perform any contract, or if there is some lapse of time, the time was to be the contract was to finish within certain period of time, and the time has lapsed. So both the parties are discharged to just continue the contract, or they are discharged by their obligation to do. Next is operation of law. If someone dies, something happens, some transaction has now become illegal, like selling of liquor in Gujarat. I gave you example before also. It has become illegal. Before the contract it was legal, but after the contract it has become illegal. So by operation of law it will be. Sometimes the contract at the time of entering into a contract, it is possible to enter, or you can say it is possible to perform the contract, but at the time of execution it is not possible to execute the contract. In such a situation, it will be terminated by, or you can say discharged by impossibility of performance. Last is the breach of contract. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there is no penalty, no nothing happens, and this actually happens with the either itself or by the party, those who have intended. So 1 and 2 actually are related to the people, those who are in the contract. They actually do something in order to discharge the contract. 3, 4, and 5, they do not do anything, but it happens naturally, and or by the operation of law, or time, or impossibility. But last is the breach of contract, which actually again is done or not done by the parties into a contract, but this actually attracts the penalties. Okay, so this is something in detail, means how to perform the contract, tender of performance, who must perform it, what will happen in case of joint liabilities, devolution of joint liabilities, discharge by mutual agreement. So novation, alteration, rescission, remission, waiver. Okay, so discharge by operation of law, by merger, by alteration, by insolvency, discharge by impossibility, or it is called frustration in English law. Okay, so supervening impossibility is there. Okay, discharge by supervening illegality. Okay, difficulty in performance, commercial impossibility, strikes and lockouts are not at all covered under supervening impossibility. Okay, so anything which you see, just the person wants to avoid the contract just because of these three things, he cannot do so. Okay, discharge by breach of contract. So again, if the contract is to be discharged by breach, then there are two types of breach: actual breach and anticipatory breach of contract. Anticipatory breach means before the contract is going to happen, the one of the party has told that I will not be able to perform the contract, and the due date has not yet come. Okay, in that case it will be called anticipatory breach. But on actual breach, what will happen? The person will go for it on the due date. The person will actually will not go for the contract. So in remedies of breach of contract, there are certain remedies which are to be done. So now see, resign the contract further and refuse further performance of the contract. Rest all are for the filing a suit for damages, suit for specific performance, suit for injunction or to bring a stay, and suit for quantum merit or the partial thing or whatever has been earned. Quantum merit is that. So rescission of the contract if it has been rescinded. So this can the circumstances will be there and it is well explained over here. Okay, sue for damages, damages for breach of contract, types of damages, liquidated, unliquidated damages. I've explained you in detail also that what are the unliquidated damages and liquidated damages, which can be determined well at the time of the contract, but unliquidated damages are those which are determined by the court of law. Okay, so some ordinary damages are there, some special damages in some special circumstances, certain things happen, then it is called special damages. Exemplary damages are there. Okay, and nominal damages in which only nominal token just in order to tell someone that you have done a wrong and that's why it is done. So there is a difference between liquidated damages and penalty. So how the penalty is different from it, I gave you this assignment also, the difference between penalty and the liquidated damages. So specific performance of the contract, when you can enforce the specific performance and what will happen when the specific performance, to whom can it be enforced, what is injunction and how injunction can be brought. Quantum merit means as much as earned. So to the extent you have actually done the contract, you are actually eligible to get the benefit out of it. Rest again is to be taken care of. So the special contracts we will take tomorrow, and day after tomorrow we will be having the class. So here we are now. I will now be asking you guys one by one certain questions which are related to your these three topics which we have discussed just now. Okay. So let me just start with the contingent contract and onwards. Okay. So who will be able to answer first? Who will be answering me first? Come on. Be a volunteer. Try to do the things by your own. Yes. Come on, come on. Any one of you want me to ask you, then only you will answer. Is it so? Yes? No one? So Shaurya, I will start from you.
Okay, sir.
Fine. And then you can proceed further with telling the names of others. Fine. Yeah, hope you are able to see this. So Shaurya, you answer question number 411. This one.
Okay, sir.
So a consideration and object of an agreement is unlawful if number one, it is fraudulent, B, it creates injury to property of any other person, C, it is against the public policy, or all of the above. Be careful. And don't get confused. Whatever convinces you most, you just tell that. And be ready for the argument on that too. That you have to defend yourself also. You should not surrender. Oh, okay, sir, no problem. I am convinced with whatever you have said. ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए. Yes, come on.
A.
Which one?
A is
A,
fraudulent.
fraudulent. No, if it creates an injury, it will not be illegal or unlawful.
So, but
If it gives an injury to someone, is it not unlawful? What is asked? What is unlawful? So all of the above is correct.
yes, I
Okay.
thought.
Fine. You tell me name of someone else in your class. Hurry up.
Matang Sharma.
Matang, are you there or should I mark you absent? Matang. Matang Sharma.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Matang. Which of the following agreements are valid? Uncertain agreements, wagering agreements, agreements to do impossible events, or none of the above?
Sir, I guess none of the above.
Uncertain agreements, wagering, agreement do not have impossible to do impossible events. Very good. So all of the above are invalid one. So none of the above is valid.
Yes, sir.
Fine, Matang. You tell me name of someone else.
Sandeep. Sandeep.
Sandeep.
So Gaurav Agarwal.
Gaurav Agarwal.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yes, Gaurav. So you answer me in this. Where a seller of goodwill of a business agrees not to carry on similar business, the limits and conditions imposed
Hello.
have to be dash having regard to nature of the business. Considerable, understandable, reasonable, and suitable.
Yes, sir. Sir, एक second.
Take your time.
Sir, reasonable.
Very good. Reasonable. It has to be reasonable because what the thing is, if unreasonable things are there, then the goodwill things cannot happen. Means the agreement of goodwill will be a void agreement. Okay, you tell me name of someone else. Come on.
Javaria.
Sorry.
Rahul Javaria.
Rahul Javaria.
Yes, sir.
To 439. An agreement between ice manufacturers not to sell ice below stated price and to divide the profits in certain proportion is a valid agreement, void agreement, and unenforceable or voidable.
So valid agreement.
Yes, it is a valid agreement. Not below at stated price. Valid agreement.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Anyone else means other name? Rahul Javaria.
Sandeep.
Yes, sir. Sir, Mukul Swami.
Mukul Swami. Mukul Swami. Mukul Swami. Sorry, mark absent. Mukul Swami.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Next.
Sandeep.
Sandeep Singh.
Yes, sir.
Sandeep Singh.
Sir.
Hanji, you answer me this question.
Sir, which one?
Which of the following agreement in restraint of trade is valid? Now there are certain agreements. So which of the following agreements in restraint of trade is valid? Partner not to carry on business other than that of the firm while he is a partner. Outgoing partner not to carry on any business similar to firms within the specified period or local limits. Partners not to carry on similar business within specified periods upon dissolution of the firm, or all of the above.
D. Sir.
Yes.
Sir, D. Maybe.
Yes, Sandeep.
Sir, D.
B. Outgoing partner not to carry on business. But let me
No,
tell
no,
you,
sir.
all of the above are valid.
D.
Why? Because
Sir, I'm
this
saying-
all will hinder the existing agreements. Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Get out.
Sir, I was saying D. Not
You're
D.
not audible properly.
Sir, I was saying D.
Sorry.
All of the above. Sir,
All
I
of
was
the above.
saying
All of
D.
the.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine. So you tell me name of someone else now.
Yes, sir. Sir, Gaurav Agarwal.
Yes, Gaurav Agarwal.
सर मेरा अभी हुआ है
Sorry.
सर मैंने अभी मेरा हो चुका है मतलब
अच्छा हो गया. अच्छा चलो तुम ही बताओ कोई और नाम. Come on.
मैं बताऊं सर
हाँ गौरव अग्रवाल बताएगा.
सर और तो तीर्थक
Sorry.
तीर्थक
तीर्थक फुलतरिया.
यस सर
Answer me this question. 4, 5, 6. Four, five, six.
यस सर
This one. A agreed to pay certain sum when he wishes to pay. जब तेरे को देना हो दे देना भाई. The agreement is void on grounds of inadequacy of consideration, agreement to agree in future, uncertainty, or all of the above.
ऑल ऑफ द अबव
Very good. Consideration भी नहीं है. Agreement to agree in future है. Agreement to agree in future will not work. Okay. Agreement to agree in present, but executing in future will work. Lastly, this is uncertain because whatever amount, जिसको जितना पैसा हो जब देना हो दे देना. What is this? This is not an agreement at all. Okay, fine. So you tell me another name.
सर एनीवन सर
Who? Come on.
पार्थ
Yes, Parth. Parth, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Parth. Question. All void agreements are always illegal, valid, enforceable, none of the above.
So valid, sir. And
Void agreements are valid.
No, sir. Enforceable.
Enforceable. Void agreement को enforce करोगे तुम. किसी माइनर के साथ में एग्रीमेंट किया उसको एनफोर्स करोगे कोर्ट में, उनको उठा के जेल में डाल देंगे. None of the above, my dear.
Okay,
All
sir.
void agreements are not always illegal. Illegal भी नहीं होता. सारे void agreements are not illegal. Illegal agreements are those agreements which are forbidden by law. Okay.
Okay, sir.
What? Fine. So you tell me name of someone else now.
Rahul.
Rohan Modi, sir.
Rohan Modi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Rohan Modi. You tell me this. An agreement to murder a person is an example of voidable agreement, illegal agreement, either A or B, both A and B.
Sir, B, illegal agreement.
Illegal agreement. Very good. क्यों इलीगल है तो फिर voidable नहीं है? ये तो void ही है, illegal है. Very good. So 464. You tell me name of someone else.
Yes, sir. Sir, Rahul.
Rahul.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, वो
See
मेरा हो
this
चुका है
question.
पहले.
Yeah, see this. A in Ahmedabad bets with B and loses. A applies to C for a loan in order to pay B. C gives the loan to A and enable him to pay B. In this case, C can recover the loan amount from A, not recover the loan amount from A. C cannot recover the loan amount from B, either A or B.
If he can recover the loan from B.
Can recover the loan amount or not recover the loan amount?
He can recover.
Yes, he can recover because it has nothing to do with what A has bet or whatsoever has happened. So he is legally allowed to recover the loan amount, and that is totally different. That whether A will be able to pay it or not, that will be seen in the court. Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine. So tell me another name.
Gautam.
Gautam.
Gautam Godara.
Gautam. Gautam. I think he's not there.
Khushi Shekhawat.
Sorry, Khushi Shekhawat. Khushi Shekhawat, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you answer me this question number 533. Yeah. An agreement which prevents a person from marrying a particular person is void, voidable, valid, or allowed with the court permission. Means A is agreeing with B that I will pay you rupees 1 lakh for not marrying at all throughout your life. What type of agreement it is? Void, voidable, valid, or allowed with the permission of court?
So void agreement.
Void. Very good. Because any agreement in restraint of marriage is void. You tell me another name.
Sir, Soumya Deepa.
Soumya Deepa, you are most welcome today after a long time.
Yes, sir.
You have
Yes,
to
sir.
answer certain questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you answer me just 552. Which of the following is not essential requirement of a valid contingent contract? Performance must be conditional, event must be uncertain, event must form a part of the contract, and event must be independent.
So A.
Contingent contract, okay? Not an essential requirement. Mind it.
The event must form a part of contract. C. Not sure about.
With your voice, it seems that you are not confident.
The C, sir. C.
What C?
C. The event from a part of contract. The event must form a part of contract.
Yes, you are very correct. Event must form a part of the contract because when the event will form a part of the contract, there is no contingency at all. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine. You tell me another name.
Sir, Akash Jain. So,
Akash.
Akash Jain. Someone said.
Akash Jain. Akash. Are you there? Akash. Shaurya. Mark him absent.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Soumyadeepa, someone else?
Neha Goplani.
Neha Goplani is not in this class.
So it's written there in the they all written here. Not sure about.
Yeah, Neha Goplani is not there in this class.
It's written there. Okay, Karthikeyan Sharma.
Kartikeyan Sharma.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you answer me this question. A promises to paint a picture for B. A dies before painting the picture. Which of the following is correct? Is the correct
Which one?
legal position? Okay.
Sir,
Just
which
read
one?
this question.
Okay. A promises to paint a picture for B. A dies before painting picture. Which one of the following is the correct legal position? A promises to paint a picture for B. A dies before painting picture. Sir, the agreement become voidable. Sir, B.
हाँ जी, कौन सा?
Sir, B.
B becomes impossible.
C.
हाँ?
C.
क्या कर रहे हो यार? B, C क्या कर रहे हो? B or C?
Sir,
Tell me.
C.
C1. What is that?
Sir, the agreement becomes voidable.
Voidable है.
Yes, sir.
ए मर गया
क्योंकि
मेरे भैया. ए मर चुका है. Voidable कहाँ से आ गया? Impossible हो गया ना ये.
अरे सर हाँ B है सर. The agreement becomes
तुम
impossible.
उसको क्या कब्र में से निकाल के जिंदा करके बनवाओगे? A
The
is right, my
agreement
dear.
becomes impossible.
Contract has become
Impossible.
impossible now. B is the correct
Impossible,
answer.
sir.
Okay.
Yeah, sir.
So you tell me another person.
Sir,
Gaurav.
wait.
गौरव.
दो बार हो चुका है.
नहीं, गौरव ने आंसर दे दिया था.
यस सर, 2 बार.
कोई बात नहीं. और कोई?
सर मतंग शर्मा फ्री है.
हाँ?
सर मतंग शर्मा.
Sir, Matthew.
मतंग.
हाँ सर,
मतंग शर्मा, तुम पहले कहाँ गायब थे?
यही था ना सर मैं.
हाँ,
का.
तुमने दिया था आंसर.
हाँ.
चलो ये बताओ. Who cannot demand performance of a contract? A promisee, any of the joint promisees, legal representative on the death of the promisee, stranger to the contract.
Sir, D.
Huh?
Stranger to the contract.
Yes, stranger to the contract, because otherwise rest all are relatives of or related to promisee only, and they can always ask for the performance. Okay, tell me another name.
Rakesh.
Rakesh Raika,
Yes sir.
first person to enter the class daily. Very good. Answer this question. A, B, and C jointly promised to pay rupees 1,000 to D. Okay. A, B, and C have jointly promised to pay rupees 1,000 to D. D files a suit to recover the amount against. D must sue all of them. D can recover 1,000 only from A. D can recover the amount from any one of them. D cannot sue them at all. बताओ.
Sir, C, sir.
हाँ?
C, D can recover the amount from any one of them.
Yes, D can recover the amount from any one of
them.
Yeah, any one of them.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay, tell me name of some other person.
Sir, Sir,
Yes.
Karthik.
Karthik. Karthik.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you are there.
Yes, sir.
Answer this 605. Where the place of performance is not specified, the promiser shall ask the promisee as to where the performance of the promise being made, perform the promise at any place, not perform the promise, either A or B.
Sir, D.
D either A or B. ऐसे मत
Yes,
करो
sir.
यार. अगर चलो either A or B है तो मैं B वाला चूज करता हूँ suppose. So perform the promise at any other place. So I have promised, A has promised B to sing a song. Okay. So because I can perform at any place, so what I will do, I will just stand on the choraya and start singing the song from there only. Would that be a good performance?
No, sir.
Or should I ask A कि भैया कौन से स्टूडियो में गवाना है या फिर आपकी शादी में गाना है तो भी बता दो. Are you getting my point or not?
Yes, sir.
So it is only A. Okay. Ask promisee as to where the performance to be made. Getting or not getting?
Yes, sir.
You tell me another name.
Rahul.
Sir, Rahul.
Rahul. Yes, Rahul. Are you there?
Yes sir, I'm here.
Okay.
सर वो 2 बार हो
So,
चुका है सर मेरा.
sorry?
तो 2 बार हो चुकी है चांस मेरी.
कोई बात नहीं यार, एक बार और सही.
हाँ
दिक्कत है क्या?
नो सर, ऐसा कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
Fine. चलो ये बताओ. If the contract provides for the order of performance of reciprocal promises, the promises shall be performed in order mentioned, in any reasonable order, in the appropriate order, and order whatsoever.
Sir, in any appropriate order.
नहीं बेटा, in order appropriate order नहीं, in the order mentioned. जो अगर if it is mentioned then it has to be in the mentioned one. If it is not mentioned then you can go for appropriate or reasonable. Appropriate और reasonable तो दोनों एक जैसे ही हैं. ओके
Yes,
तो
sir, yes,
जो
sir.
दो अगर आपके एमसीक्यू में दो चीजें एक जैसी लगे ना तो वो तो कभी होते ही नहीं है, मतलब वो तो कभी सही होते ही नहीं
अच्छा सर.
है ना. इस बात का ध्यान रखो. वैसे these are the rules for MCQs but will not applicable when I will be giving you MCQs for your exams. बहुत ध्यान से करना उसको. You will see a very close difference and you will not be able to identify what. चलिए बताओ, किसी और का नाम बताओ.
Yes sir, बताओ.
Gaurav.
गौरव, आजा बेटा एक बार और.
गौरव सर, गौरव.
हैं?
हाँ सर, गौरव.
Yes, sir.
What about others?
सर वही तो others नहीं मिल रहा सर.
संदीप हो गया. रोहन पिंगले. रोहन पिंगले. रोहन पिंगले. मार्किम एब्सेंट. शौर्य मार्किम
Yes,
एब्सेंट.
sir.
रवि रमन.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, Ravi. You have not answered even a single one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, A owes rupees 60,000 to B. Before clearing his liability, A dies, leaving behind a estate of rupees 40,000. In this case, A's legal representative are liable for 20,000 rupees, 40,000 rupees, 60,000 rupees, none of the above.
Sir, B, sir.
B, 40,000.
Yes, sir.
Yes, very correct. Because rest they are not responsible, because they can, what they can do is they can sell the estate and pay the amount. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay. Pushpinder Pal Singh. Pushpinder Pal Singh, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Pushpinder. So you have to answer me.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So just answer this question 631. Read it loudly and answer it.
A desires B, who owes him rupees 100, to send him a note of rupees 100 by post. B puts into the post a letter containing the note duly addressed to A. So the debt is discharged as soon as B posts a letter addressed to A. The debt is not discharged even if B posts the letter containing the note duly addressed to A. The debt is discharged as soon as the B posts the letter containing the note duly addressed to A. None of the above. Sir, answer would be A. The debt is discharged as soon as B posts the letter addressed to A. Sir, I can't hear you.
Sir,
So your mic is muted.
Sorry. So which one will be correct? A
Sir,
is not
A.
correct, my dear. No, A is not correct. A is not correct. C is
Then?
correct, because if I will just write a letter, okay, I will just, what I will do now, I will ask Pushpender to give me 1 lakh rupees. I will take 1 lakh rupees from Pushpender, and next day I will just write a very good love letter to him. Okay, so that you are a very good guy. I love you so much. You are my student, and you keep on growing. And thank you so much that you have given me 1 lakh rupees. And this I am keeping as a gift from you and will not return it back to you. Thank you very much. So Pushpender, chalega?
No, sir.
Then you
Yes, sir.
need to take a check from me or a promissory note from me that when I'm going to be giving it back to you, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So C is correct. The debt is discharged as soon as the B posts the letter containing the note duly addressed to A. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Fine. Parth Narinder Bhai. नंदिनी खंडेलवाल.
Yes, sir.
रुको एक मिनट.
Yes, sir.
नंदिनी
Parthiya.
खंडेलवाल. हाँ, एक मिनट पूछता हूँ तुमसे. नंदिनी खंडेलवाल. Are you there, Nandini? Nandini? Nandini Khandelwal? Okay, Parth.
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Okay, Nandini.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So just go through this. A promises B to sell him 100 bales of cotton.
Yes, sir.
Delivered next
Yes,
day.
sir.
And B promises A to pay for within a month. A does not deliver according to the promise. So B promises to pay need not to be performed, and A must make compensation. A's promise to deliver must be performed. B must claim the compensation, and B's promises to pay need not be performed, and A must take the compensation. You tell me what is correct.
So B.
What? Which one?
Sir, B.
B. A's promise to deliver must be performed. That's what he is not performing now. He has actually refused to perform this. See the option D. B promises to pay now need not to be performed because A has not given any promise, and A must make a compensation to B because A has not fulfilled the promise. Getting?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Fine. Thank you, Nandini. Okay. So after Nandini, Mukul Swami, Manan Goyal. Manan Goyal, are you
Yes,
there?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, Manan. So answer this. A, B, and C jointly promised to pay D a sum of rupees 6,000. C is compelled to pay the whole. A is insolvent, but his assets are sufficient to pay one half of his debt. Now you have to do a calculation. So C is entitled to receive 1,000 from A's estate. Now these are the options which you have. Okay. Tell me which is correct. C, A is correct over here. So C is entitled to receive a sum of 1,000. Why? Because A can pay only 1,000 rupees. A can pay only 1,000 rupees because he has become insolvent. Actually, when A, B, and C all have to pay D, then each will pay 2,000, 2,000, and 2,000. Okay. Now C is compelled to pay whole. A is insolvent now, but his asset can pay one half. So what he will do? He will take half of the amount, that is 2,000 ka half, 1,000 from A, and 2,000, and remaining is rupees 5,000. So 2,500 he will put by himself, and 2,500 he will take from B. Is it okay? Yes, Mukul Swami. Lakshraj Singh. Lakshraj Singh, are you there? Lakshraj Singh. Sorry, mark absent to Lakshraj Singh.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So I am taking attendance now. Finally, those who are logged in into the class. Fine. Okay. So Gaurav Agarwal, Harshit, Hemant Kumar Khatek, Kartik Rajput, Arvind Sharma,
Present,
Kushi
sir.
Shekhawat, Lakshraj Singh, Manan Goyal, Matank Sharma, Mukul Swami, Nandini, Parth Narendra Bhai,
Present,
Prakash
sir.
Chaudhary, Pushpendra Pal Singh,
Present, sir.
Rahul Javaria,
Present,
Rakesh
sir.
Raika, Ravi Raman, Rohan Modi,
Yes,
Sandeep
sir.
Singh, Shaurya Dikshit,
Yes,
Soumya
sir.
Deepa, and
Present, sir.
Kirtibhai Putaria.
Sir, I
Yes,
am
sir.
also present.
On Kushi Shekhawat.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Kushi. Fine. I skipped your name. Rohan Pingle also there.
सर सर मेरा नाम भी स्किप कर दिया प्रकाश चौधरी
Whose name? Hemant Kumar Khatek.
प्रकाश चौधरी
Prakash Chaudhary.
यस सर
So, fine then. Okay then, guys. Thank you. And let us meet tomorrow again. And day after tomorrow will be your what do you call is your paper. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine then. Thank you all and have a nice day.
थैंक यू सर
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.